There we go. Just cranking them in. Look like we got a mouth hook. I think it's a good one. Alright, yeah, it's not a bad one. Not a bad one. Just cranking. Alright, y'all. Let's drop the net. Try not to break the line. What's up, y'all? It's the Skipjackhunter. In today's video, we're going to talk about catching longnose gar. Disclaimer, not a pro fisherman. I just like to fish for fun. Two, there's really no wrong way to catch a gar. So I will not be talking about catching gars on a lure because I have not done it. I've seen people do it, but I have not been successful. So if you're looking for anything awesome or catching gars with lures, I'm not that guy. I will try it, but so far I've been unsuccessful in catching a gar with a lure. I've hooked a couple, but they always get off. So can't count it. So we're going to talk about catching gars with hooks. Yeah. So let's see. Here in the Columbus area, we have longnose gar. Haven't seen a gator gar. I don't think they're in this area, but people claim they're here. But yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't think they're here. So anyway, longnose gar, they can be caught with a hook. You'll see some people discouraging. They are tough sometimes to catch with a hook, but like I say, people catch them on accident like their first time. So it's really not that hard. So fishing line I use a mono. I've used braid, 15-pound braid, and I use mono because it's cheap. And I've used braid before, and braid is a good line to use for gar. Braid will wrap around their bill, and the hook will go in that jaw, and it doesn't get cut. Not saying they can't cut it, they can cut it, but I've used 15-pound mono and brought them in. When I use mono, I've caught them on 12, but I would not recommend that. I got my heart broken and feelings broke with 12-pound mono. So I usually go 15-pound mono and above. But now I use a saltwater rod and I load that thing up with 20. So that's how I'm rolling with that. Hooks. The circle hook works good. Thing about the circle hook, you're going to have to wait a while. Because you want that thing to, when you catfish and stuff, you want it to set in there. Circle hooks are good, but they can be kind of frustrating. When I'm having issues trying to get gar to stay on the line, I go to the good old-fashioned worm hook. Basically, I'm going to like the circle hook, but, the worm hook you use for bass. These hooks are actually pretty good, especially if you like to just set that hook on them. They're great. They're great for catching gar. So, you don't really need a bobber. You can put a bobber on there. It all depends on the current and the conditions. Sometimes I prefer just to let the bait just go out there in the water and flow with the current, and the gar will pick it up. And that's usually I'll just let them run with it, give them a couple of minutes, let them run, and let them chomp on it, and then run again. And let them chomp on it a little bit more, and then they'll take off running, and that's when I will set the hook. And usually when I set the hook, I'm setting my hook down because I want to get in the bottom jaw. I bill hooked them and brought them in. So you can hook that top jaw, but that's really not where you want it to go. You either want it to get in that back corner of their mouth right here, or you want it to go in that bottom jaw. On the circle hooks and the worm hook, if you get in that bottom jaw, it will lock in there. So you definitely want to get the softest part of the mouth and not that hard upper jaw. So it's good. Just go down with the hook and reel it in. So bait. the type of bait I've used: bluegill, yeah, shad, skipjacks. Yeah, you can use catfish where it's legal. You can use cut up catfish and all that. They just like blood. They like fish. So if you can get that scent in the water, that's better. You can leave it on there live or cut it. If they don't want your live bait, because sometimes they can be a little finicky, I just cut the bait and let it bleed out, and they operate different. But I've taken a little small skipjack, left it on the hook, and just let it float in the current, and they just came and started eating that thing like candy. But yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, just sometimes you gotta time it. Sometimes you can just go ahead and set the hook on them. Like as soon as they start chomping away, just like bam. I know some people use treble hooks. I'm just not a big treble hook fan, but treble hooks work pretty good. Treble hooks work if you're tired of, you don't want to wait and you just want to set that hook on them. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much it. And keep fishing, y'all, and persistence pays off.